What's going on? Good morning and all that other stuff. Listen, I opened up a can of worms yesterday when I said about the AMC Ape Super event. Let me get into it. Just woke up, just having my coffee. Look, we both know they're going to have to take Ape and move it back with AMC. Ape is not a real stock. It was just out there to bring the company cash through us. All right, neither here nor there. It helped out the shorts incredibly. I already explained that. Nobody believed me back then, but there you go. But step back for a second, take a look at AMC. I just woke up, so bear with me. Take a look at AMC. AMC is about $9 to $10 billion in debt. But the company spends money like they're in the green. They're not. The fact that they gave the CEO a bonus while they're in debt, the only thing he navigated properly last year was fucking us by creating Ape out of our money and dragging the stock price down further. That allowed him to get money because they sold Ape out there, not for nothing. But at the end of the day, look at AMC going forward, because a lot of you, and they came up on the Wine Lounge yesterday, one of our people said that going back into AMC is like Stockholm syndrome. If you could run a scalp on them, fuck it. But let me explain something to you. They spend money like crazy. They gave the CEO a bonus. They're still in debt, which makes no sense. That means that they're going to have to further dilute. AMC is one of those companies that if they have shares, and I said this from before, Popcorn will drop them. You say, no, I'm not going to drop them now. Oh, yeah, come back in. You crazy. Like, if you want to run a scalp because it's running, or when they finally put them both together, my fear is they're going to drop more Ape down on top of everybody fast. Listen, Ape or AMC, whatever they make. Remember, we're in a new year now. The idea of tread lightly, this stock tread lightly. I can't stop people from getting in a play. You want to get in a play, you want to stay in a play, you do whatever you want to do. I've always said that. You do you, I do me. But I'm telling you something. If you look at the company, their entire survival mechanism is to dilute. Okay? And then they burn through cash. So at the end of the day, it's not like they're hitting ahead. I'm going to tell you something. I look at AMC as the type of business that basically is... In New York City, we got these horses downtown, like in the 50s, Midtown or by Central Park. And, now the city stepped in and stuff like that, you mean it, association, all that kind of stuff. But there was a time when, let's say somebody would buy a horse, they will run that horse to the end, to its deathbed. In 100-degree heat and freezing temperature, they wouldn't give two fucks. They will run this. You could see the horses. How could a horse in the United States, where it doesn't have to run away from grizzly bears or anything, look like a Somali? No offense to the Somalis. Respect. You motherfuckers went through a lot of shit in the 80s. Michael Jackson's song didn't even help you. Anyway, horse was run to death because the owner didn't want to put anything into the horse. They didn't want to take care of the horse. They didn't want to take days off to let the horse rest. That horse had to produce every single day. That's what I see AMC like. I see the corporation, the executive team on top, the board, they're running that like a Central Park horse. They're running it to the death. We all know by 2030, movie theaters, you ain't going to them. I'm sorry, whether you like it or not, I'm telling you this, you're not going to them. Whether it's because of things that are going on in society, economy, just whatever. The movie theater business is not doing good. I don't care who the fuck tells you it is not doing good. Okay? People just don't go. They watch everything online. It's streaming and stuff like that, and that stuff is getting better and better. Listen, that means that as time goes on, their marketplace is dying down. Their cost is heavy. Remember I talked about yesterday that the movie theater, just renting a movie theater is more expensive than traditional retail space because of the fact that you have to turn around and have specialized locations in the major markets. So they're key markets, whatever. Then go into these movie theaters. These movie theaters are falling apart. The rug looks like somebody dropped a body on it years ago. And they're like, don't look over here. That thing doesn't mean anything. That's what it looks like. It literally looks like some rundown wild. Does anybody remember those old creepy theaters in New York City back in the 70s and 80s where people were getting mugged inside? That's what AMC starts to look like. The concession stand people look like they're freaking taking heroin, or freaking meth between giving you goobers and popcorn. I wouldn't eat any of that shit. I'm sorry. There was one place down in the south at AMC that had some like wild fungus growing. Listen, AMC is just a Central Park horse. It's being run to the death. The fact that they gave the CEO a bonus last year that's because of the creation of Ape and, let's face it, popcorn keeping everybody. I love Apes with us. Look, when they merge AMC and Ape together, you're going to have a bump up. Now that bump up could be a couple of bucks. He's going to take credit. See, Apes, I'm with you. No, that's not really the case. What it is that during that time, anything that was on Ape will have to start covering. So at the end of the day, you're going to see a bump up in AMC and Ape. You're going to see that because Ape is going to leave his tree and come over to AMC. So whatever was going on with Ape, there are going to be some little bumps there. And then come over, you're going to have a bit of a rise. But you need to think about it like this. Do you really believe that popcorn is going to resist dropping more shares during that time when he got his apes coming back in? No. Let me tell you something. The fact that this is the one that's going to get you. Hold on first. I'm going to get a cup of coffee. Take a sip. This man just took a bonus a couple of months ago, like right now, to 2022. And so beginning of 2023, he says, I don't want a salary. Oh, you just took a bonus. What happened? What changed your mind? You found Jesus? Like, for real. Doesn't matter. But let me put it to you this way. If at the end of the day, you don't see the signs of, come on in, little apes. Yeah, I'm gonna drop more shares on you. Mark my motherfucking words. They will drop more shares and they will further dilute because their business model is based on diluting the stock in order to get more cash. There's no way for them to increase their revenue to the next level. I gave examples on how, but hey, whatever. But I'm telling you that is going to happen. Are there's going to be a run up? Yeah, because obviously when you start to move things around, there's always a run up. But remember, who's out there waiting? Where's popcorn? There you go.